One of the most confusing things about learning to sing is knowing whether something you're feeling is a warning sign or it's just a part of being new. In this video, I want to clearly separate actual red flags from things that are normal when your voice is still developing, so you know when to stop and when not to panic. My name is Daria, welcome to Sing It to the World. Let's get straight into it. Let's start with red flags. These are not things to push through. Number one is pain. Pain in your throat is a red flag. That includes a sore throat feeling, burning or tingling sensations, or pain around your voice box. Especially if it shows up when you sing or gets worse the longer you sing. Singing should never hurt. Pain is not a part of healthy voice training and is not something we want to push through. Number two, ongoing hoarseness. If your voice regularly sounds hoarse or raspy and doesn't recover well after rest, that's not something to ignore. Let's say you've been working on high notes and after your practice your voice sounds hoarse. While it doesn't automatically mean you've injured your voice, it does usually mean your voice has been overworked or pushed beyond what it could coordinate that day. If your voice regularly sounds hoarse after practice, that's your sign to stop and reassess the way you are practicing. Healthy progress doesn't come from pushing your voice until it gives out. It comes from building that coordination gradually. Number three, loss of voice or range. Another red flag is losing notes you previously could sing. And I want to be very specific here. This isn't about your voice cracking, flipping, or being unstable. That can be normal when you're learning. What I'm talking about is when a part of your range, especially in head voice, suddenly just cuts off when you try to sing higher. The sound doesn't just crack or wobble, it just won't come out at all. The thing is, if you practice healthily, the notes don't just disappear like that. If a range of notes that used to be there is suddenly unavailable, that is not something we want to ignore. Number four, increasing tension. If you notice tightness in your neck, in your jaw, or in your throat building up as you sing, that is definitely a red flag. Singing shouldn't feel like a workout for your neck. If surrounding muscles, so the muscles that surround your voice box here, are getting tighter over time, it means they're usually working too hard to help your voice out. Now, gentle things like neck stretches or jaw release exercises can help reduce that tension. That can be really useful, especially if you tend to carry that tension there anyway. But here's the important part. If you need to keep stretching just to continue singing, that's your sign to stop, reassess, and not push on. Number five, feeling like you have to push. Another red flag is feeling like you have to push the sound out when you sing. Learning to sing can feel active and engaged, but it shouldn't feel like you're fighting your voice. If notes feel stuck and you feel like you have to muscle your way through them, that's a sign something isn't coordinating efficiently, and pushing harder is not the answer. Now let's talk about things that often worry beginners, but are very common when your voice is still learning. Number one, voice cracking or breaking. When your voice breaks or flips like this, so for example, you're going from your head voice back down to your chest voice and it's just a bit like sudden. Nothing is actually breaking. What's happening is that different voice muscles in your voice box, in your larynx right here, are trying to take over, but they don't yet know how to work together and coordinate efficiently. This is a coordination issue, not damage, and it's extremely common amongst beginner singers, especially when singing higher or in a new part of your voice. Number two, unstable or inconsistent sound. Your voice simply not doing what you want it to do yet. Cracking, wobbling, or just feeling a bit inconsistent, feeling like you don't have control over it. That is very normal early on. If this is happening, it doesn't necessarily mean something is wrong. Your voice is just learning how to coordinate, and your muscles within your voice box are learning how to work together smoothly. Gentle things like straw exercises can sometimes help your voice find an easier setup, and working on basic breath control can make the sound feel more stable over time. These aren't quick fixes. These are supportive tools you can use whilst your voice coordination is still developing. If you want a bit more guidance on straw exercises and breath control, I've got lessons here on Sing It to the World, and I'm gonna leave you the links in the description below. Number 3, mild vocal tiredness that recovers well. Feeling a bit vocally tired after practicing can happen if you're a new singer, as long as your voice recovers well and doesn't get worse the next day. Now, what matters here is the pattern. If your voice feels tired, hoarse, or less reliable after every session, that is definitely a red flag and something to reassess. One helpful habit here is to do a little cool down after every practice. Gentle things like straw exercises, light sirens, or lip trills work well as a cool down and can help your voice transition from a more active singing setup into a relaxed conversational state. And if you'd like me to share a short cool down routine you can use after singing, let me know in the comments below. Number 4. Progress feeling uneven. Some days your voice just works better than others. That doesn't mean you're regressing. It's a normal part of learning a physical skill. Your voice is affected by many different everyday factors, not just practice. Things like how well you slept, how hydrated you are, how you've eaten, how stressed you are, or whether you had time for a proper warm-up can all make a difference. Because of that, it's completely normal for singing to feel easier on some days more than others, especially if you are new to singing and you're still developing coordination. What matters more than how your voice feels on one single day is the overall pattern over time. As long as things are gradually becoming more consistent, uneven days are not a red flag. Let's sum this up. There are real red flags when it comes to singing, but there are also many things that may feel worrying when you're a new singer that are actually completely normal. More often than not, it just means that you don't yet have a clear structure or guidance around what to expect and how to practice safely. I've been working on something specifically for beginner singers that helps you understand your voice and build the right vocal foundations from the start. So if this video resonates with you, keep an eye out over the next couple of weeks. I'll see you next time.